Okay guys, we are back with another build. Excuse me. This time it's for a customer called Sam. This is going to be a 7700K dual 1080 EVGA dual loop dual rad system. I've already started on it. As you can see, the first pump, reservoir and kind of drainage system is already installed, along with this top tube here, which I'm going to change. There's something that's just bothering me about it, but this is where we are at the moment. So where we are is basically the drainage system is installed. It's down there, but I'll show you it from the other side. What's going to happen is we will run from the loop, will run from up here into the CPU, from the CPU into the onboard block for the motherboard, up, out the motherboard, into the radiator, and from the radiator returning back into the reservoir, which is a nice short loop, and then we can get started on the GPU loop. So we'll take you around the back. Like I said, not too happy about this. I'll see if I can find another way around about it, because obviously the angle of it and the way the radiator sits, it's just slightly off, which really bugs me. So we'll show you the back. So this is the drainage system. Obviously we've got the drainage system here, which is a open and closed valve. We've got this here, and then obviously this goes into a pass-through fin. It's a 16mm. So it's a case of drilling through the metal with a step drill bit, popping it through, screwing it in, tightening it down, and job of gooding. The problem was, because this is so close together, there's no way that you can get tubing in there. So I had to figure out how to get round about it using fittings, and it worked out quite well. These are quite heavy, as you can see. There's a lot of play in them. So what I might do is put a little bit of rubber just under here, just to keep it nice and straight. And then obviously, if need be, whoever drains it, or whenever it needs maintenance, it can be adjusted left and right, just to give that little bit more kind of angle to put your soft tubing in, and to get the fluid drained out. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. We'll finish up the CPU loop. Go around the front again. As you can see, this pass-through fitting here obviously goes into the CPU, but it doesn't actually line up, as you can see. Let me just move that. It's just off, so there'll be a little bit of a kink, bend, offset on the tubing that I'll need to do, which is not a problem. Done it before. So yeah, so we'll get cracking on that. 64 gigs of memory, 7700K, Delidded, liquid metal, We've got a 500 gig M.2 as the OS boot, and we've got another one to go in here for some storage. 2 GPUs, one there, one there. Will be SLI. What else is there? We've got the Singularity computers, pump, reservoir, and top mount. Hi. So all good. That's the other half who is home. As you can see there, you can see a better view of the drainage system. So yeah, so let's get cracking and let's get the CPU loop finished. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Hey guys, we're back again. A few changes that I've made since the last video. Gone is this loop here into that port on the radiator. I'm going to do one continuous bend with the tubing rather than using fittings to come out and go in. As you can see, I've done the return tubing into the reservoir. So we'll take you through what we've done so far. So coming out from the pump, we've got the pass-through fitting into the 16mm connector. We follow that up, and that takes us into the CPU. Out from the CPU into the motherboard block. Out from the motherboard block, and we run back into the radiator. Now, why that tubing isn't there, I've run out of PETG, so I'm waiting for the guys to deliver it today. So once that gets dropped off, we will hook that up and we will fill the loop up for some leak testing, and that's the CPU loop all done and dusted, and then we can make a start on the GPU loop. So stick around, and this should be up and running by, hopefully, by the weekend, and we'll get this video edited. Sorry about the light. There we go. It's very, very sunny for amp. So yeah, so we're getting there. Not a lot of things left to do, but slow and steady.
I asked because I have evidence that suggests it doesn't look like there's a positive. Right. The regular credit card activity
Here we go, Sam. We had a tiny small slit in one of the O-rings on the pump, which is down there. I don't know if you can see it. See the little black O-ring just in there? That was slit, and it was just letting water out, so replaced that. Now I'm testing it, and all good. Get it reinstalled, and that's the CPU loop done, buddy. Leak test underway. As you can see, I had to jerry rig up some tubing, as obviously I ran out of the PETG, which should be arriving later on today. But as it stands, we are good to go. As you can see, there's just a tiny little bit of red dye, even though I've cleaned out the pump top, reservoir, everything. There's just a tiny little bit left in there, but we can get that cleaned out obviously once I flush it out with some the two-stage blitz cleaning fluid. You just pop it in with the distilled water, and obviously it cleans all the radiators and the blocks and stuff like that. But as you can hear, it's totally silent. Pump is running. I'll let this run, and it should bleed some of the air, or pretty much most of the air, out. Once the new PETG comes, we'll get a line run from here to here, which will make it nice and clean. Drain the water, put some new stuff in with the cleaning fluid, let it run and leak test it for another I don't know, a good 4 hours. And then we'll make a start on the GPU loop. So we're getting there, guys. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers now. Welcome back, guys. We've made some fantastic progress. As you can see, we have now got the GPUs in. The GPUs are installed. The tubing's installed. We've also got the run coming from the out from the pump and into the first GPU, then into the dual parallel tubes, and then from there I've still got to run this loop here, and obviously the loop from here as well. So I've got 2 loops left to run, and then from that we can basically quickly test or leak test the loop, which should be fine. I've double checked everything, considering the little slit on the O-ring on the CPU loop, so I know everything is good. We've installed the second M.2 NVMe drive, so Sam has 2 of these to play with. We'll show you the back once the front is done. Squeezed in another intake fan on the rear, so we'll have 4 intake fans. We'll have 3 coming in from the front for cold air. We've got 1 coming in from the rear for cold air, and then to expel it, we've got 3 shooting out through the radiator through the top, which is vented with some mesh to catch all the dust and crap like that. We've got the covers on the front as well, as you can see. So we're getting there, guys. It's nearly finished. Sam wants to go red with his colour of choice. I did suggest red and white, but again, he is a customer, so he's got the final choice. It's his build. So yeah, so I think it'll look fantastic once all the blood red is firing through everything. It's going to look superb. So I think what we'll do is the run will come from, we'll go up here, out, come from this one, we'll go back along and then up into the radiator. This one here, I'm considering just going down and straight along into the top return, or I can, where it is just now, I can do another little kind of offset like that, so it'll basically run along, down, and then in, so it'll be like a little offset. So I'll ask Sam what he wants, and we can take it from there. So nearly finished, guys. We'll get this edited, and hopefully by tonight we may see a finished PC. Till the next one, guys, please like and subscribe. like I said, as soon as we hit 10,000 subscribers, we'll build a full AMD system and we'll give it away. So yeah, please like, subscribe, send to your friends, comment what you would like to see next, and we'll get it done. A few things coming up in the GTR soon. The Mini Cooper S for the wife's car. A few things to do with that. So yeah, loads of stuff to do, loads of content. So please watch, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Cheers again. See you in a bit. Alright guys, we're back and we are further forward now with the 7700K build. We're almost complete. We are doing another leak test and a clean at the same time. There's one difference on the PC. I'll show you that in a second. But what we're doing is we are currently installing Windows with RAID, which is good on two 500 gig M.2s. So I've set that up in the BIOS, and Windows is just getting copied onto that and a RAID 0. So at the moment, what I did was I changed the orientation of the block. If I can get in right tight, you can see why. Now the fins have got to go horizontal and the jet plate has got to go vertical and perpendicular. If not, the flow rate is just absolutely horrendous. So what I had to do was take the block apart, give it another clean, put it all back together, and I just adjusted this loop here. This one is exactly the same, as you can see. But all I had to do was just add an extension, do another little bend, and we have full fluid being pumped through at a fantastic rate. I don't know if you can see the fluid there, and there maybe, no, you can see the fluid there. I think the best one is that one where you can actually see the fluid getting fired through. So yeah, so it's just a case now of waiting on Sam sending me his coolant. I'll drain the loop, give it another flush with some distilled water, pop in the coolant, and all that's left to do is install the PSU, do some cable management, put the covers back on, and basically show you guys the end product. So thanks for keeping up with us, guys. We're nearly finished. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. With more builds like this coming up very soon. And like I said, as soon as we hit 10k subscribers, I will be giving away a full AMD system. So please like and subscribe. You could be one of the lucky winners. On that note, have a great day, and we will see you soon. Alright guys, catch you later. Hi guys, we're back again. We're now about to finish up the 7700K build. Following on from the last video where we were doing a leak test and we were doing a cleaning test at the same time on the build. While I was waiting on parts being delivered, I popped in some Mayhems X1 Clear in both loops. That's what the coolant is in just now. And we did a bit of stability testing on the CPU and GPUs. I'm glad to say that I always do a 4-stage stability test. If it doesn't pass the 4 stages, it's not stable. You get a lot of people saying, oh, my system's stable, but if you run it on 1, 2 things and it says it's stable, fair enough. But I always do a 4-stage, and we'll do a separate video on that, and you'll see how stable a system can be and how a system can be unstable on certain things. So on this video, what we're doing is we're finishing off the build. There's a top that I've modded for some airflow, and the front's pretty much the same. So we've got air coming in and air going out and air coming in. So basically air in, air out is how it's going to work. So 4 fans pumping air in and the 3 fans pumping air out. Sam, who is the owner of this build, once he actually gets it, has sent over some Mayhems X1 UV Red, which I'm about to pop into the build. And I did mention that because obviously the Phanteks case has got kind of darkened tempered glass, that a cable mod lighting kit would work wonders. So he also sent that over, which will hide under and behind the GPU and in at the back of, running just down there, the back reservoir, to give it some light. So it should be a fantastic build once I get these 2 things done. So we'll start off with the cable mod kit. There's a few things that I like to do with installing these. I've had basically a couple burn out on me. They just, for some reason, they just pop and smoke. So I like to give them a bit of insulation. I don't know why, but I'll show you around the back once they are, or once I install it. So on that note, I will leave you. We'll go around the back of the system and we'll get installing the kit. So we will see you in a couple of seconds. Cheers, guys. And we are done, guys. That is the build complete. What a build it is. It's truly fantastic. What can I say? Dual loop, dual GPU cards, 1080s, 7700K, Delidded, stable, all cores, dual Rads, 7 fans, all BitsPower fittings, 1000 watt PSU, SLI Bridge, EK blocks for the CPU block and the GPUs, Phanteks tempered glass with the kind of darkened rear and front panel, kind of smoky looking, so the lights will look fantastic once I pop them on. 64 gig of RAM. What else? We've got Singularity computers, reservoirs. We've got the top mounts, the pumps, acrylic all polished. What a build! What a truly fantastic case to build in. I'm sure with a little bit more modification, up the top here, there's the radiator sits. Usually the radiator sits here, but I've modified the top where we are getting air coming in, and then obviously the hot air going out. So 4 fans bringing the air in and 3 fans pushing the air out, which will give us some fantastic temperatures. You can even see there how good the pump is. You can obviously see the water all the coolant swirling about there. It really is a fantastic build. I had a little bit of interference with the wireless RF controller on the cable mod kit. I was trying to change colour, but I was changing colour on my build. So let's see if we can change colour on this just now. So there's green and red, and it's also changing mine to red as well. That's ultraviolet, which is obviously changed to ultraviolet on mine. We can obviously make it brighter, and we can bring it all the way down as well, which is doing the same for my build. So the two of them are actually interfering. I couldn't figure out what it was until I looked at my own build and seen it was a different colour. So yeah, so the build is complete. So I'll pop on the tempered glass. We'll get a quick look what it looks like through that. And yeah, it's ready for Sam to pick up, other than a quick top up of the fluid. I'll need to keep an eye on that. Other than that, I'll show Sam how to top it up if needed. But yeah, that's the build complete, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Any questions, please put it in the comments. But let me just get the side panel on. We'll do a quick wee video. 2 secs. Yeah, my system in the background. It just shows you how clean the glass actually is. So let's tone that down a little bit. There we go, all the way down. So yeah, so that's the build complete. We'll do a separate video on how I do the stability of the build. It's quite intriguing, and it'll probably open your eyes as to if your system is stable or not. I know this one is 100% stable, so I've no problem giving this one out to its new owner. So yeah, so please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, even in more in depth on how I do things. Comment below, like and subscribe. Like I said, I'm doing as soon as we hit 10k subscribers, I'm doing a full AMD giveaway. So one lucky winner will get that system, and they can choose between air cooled and water cooled. Probably water cooled, I'm reckoning. So on that note, guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'm finishing this build up on the 26th. So yeah, have a good weekend, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.